Celebrations of KUAM, proud sponsor of the 12th Festival of Pacific Arts, Guam 2016. What we own, what we have, what we share, united voice of the Pacific.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&D.
KUAM News Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust, serving Micronesia for over 75 years. Matson Navigation, proud sponsor of FestPac 2016. Cars Plus, Dodge Challenger, the undisputed champion. IP&E, fueling excellence. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. Pacific Solar, and King's Restaurant.
Tonight, a toddler is fighting for his life after being severely abused, allegedly, by his parents.
In D16 News, we could see an initiative to roll back raises for elected leaders.
And after months of renovations, the downtown library has officially reopened. If you're watching us live on KUAM TV on Guam or joining us anywhere in the world on our live YouTube stream, thanks so much for tuning in half a day. Well, a couple accused of nearly killing their year-old baby boy will remain behind bars. Bail has been set at $500,000 for mother Chrissy Manley and $300,000 for stepfather Joe Bautista Duenas Jr.
The Manilao couple was arrested early Thursday morning after their baby was rushed to the hospital for choking. What hospital staffers discovered, however, were other severe injuries indicative of child abuse. Crystal Paco has the details.
She gave him his first breath, but nearly took his last. 32-year-old Chrissy Jean Manley cried hysterically in Judge Alberto Tolentino's courtroom today. Manley is charged with the attempted murder of her 1-year-old baby boy.
The baby actually was abused. The baby had received burns from lighter as well as cigarette, and that the mother choked the baby in a chokehold and slapped the baby in the head area.
The baby's stepfather, 38-year-old Joe Bautista Duenas Jr., allegedly beat the child too. Both were arrested early Thursday morning. Guam Police Department spokesperson Officer AJ Balahaja.
It's possible that there was some frustration there. They sleep on the floor, and that's when the abuse took place. I don't know how many other incidents took place, but this was severe enough to put the baby in the hospital. The baby is in critical condition.
On Wednesday, the baby was rushed to the Guam Regional Medical City for choking. What doctors discovered, however, were other serious injuries.
The detectives received information from Guam Regional Medical Center of a possible child abuse case. It turns out that baby that had been brought in for choking on an object actually was an abuse case, a child abuse case.
According to court documents, Duenas explained to police they were trying to teach the baby not to touch a lighter. He alleges he saw Manley put the baby's feet close enough to the flame to feel the heat. Duenas also reports seeing Manley become frustrated with the baby's crying and striking the baby in the head multiple times because, quote, it was too much, end quote. When police interviewed Manley, she admitted to spanking the baby's legs and face when she became frustrated with his crying. According to Assistant Attorney General Christine Tenorio, the baby suffered internal hemorrhaging and remains on life support. Both defendants face 15 years to life behind bars. Prosecution also noted that Manley is on parole in another case and Duenas on pretrial release. No details have been provided on whether the couple have any other children. Their next court appearance is scheduled for March 11. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Crystal Paco.
And our island's waters in the south have taken the life of a Japanese man. Earlier today, lifeguards at the Tongan Resort in Ipan, Talafofo pulled the distressed swimmer out of the water and brought the man to shore. He was rushed to Naval Hospital in Nagana Heights with CPR administered en route. Chief Medical Examiner Dr. Aurelio Espanola confirms his office received the body and anticipates conducting an autopsy on Friday.
A drink out in Dededo over the weekend turns violent. Jason Sablon Hernandez and Ero Aroni were arrested for an altercation involving a knife, a pipe, and a machete, which sent the two men and another individual to the hospital for lacerations. Hernandez and Aroni were booked and confined.
A high school student charged in connection to a bomb threat at Southern High School has pleaded not guilty to the charges. Harris Joe Stephen, who is 18 years old, was arrested after his teacher discovered a note for a bomb threat that he allegedly wrote, but did not have the courage to leave. Stephen's next court appearance is on the 22nd.
A voter initiative could be on the ballot for this upcoming general election. Santa Rita resident Ken Leon Guerrero tells KUAM he and nearly 40 citizens are looking at creating a voter initiative to roll back raises for elected officials to their 2014 levels. He adds the initiative would also make future pay raises subject to a referendum. Leon Guerrero says the group, quote, has been very frustrated at the process and the action of the elected officials in giving themselves a pay raise. He adds the group is taking action to the next level with this initiative, as elected representatives have been incapable of addressing the situation. As you recall, several attempts may have been made in the past year to reduce salary increases, most recently with the failed override attempt of vetoed Bill 204, which would have reduced salary increases for all elected officials and cabinet members. The group will begin hosting village meetings early next month. GEC Executive Director Maria Pangilinan confirms Leon Guerrero did request for information on certain requirements for an initiative. She adds there is still time to put one on the ballot.
In other Island News headlines tonight, with the 2016 Festival of the Pacific Arts just now 80 days away, your Department of Education is wrapping up its preparations for the monumental event. Isa Baza has more.
My answer to that is we'll be ready.
FestPac is touted as a large cultural event in the Pacific region, attracting visitors from 27 different island nations to Guam this summer. Superintendent John said GDOE is taking every step necessary to host the thousands of delegates set to arrive May. He said the department's main task is developing a detailed plan from now through FEST to address the unique challenges facing DOE.
Those needs relate to the getting our schools and class facilities, operating those facilities in partnership with all the other FESPAC partners,
including Eaton, John F. Kennedy, Southern, and Okudo High Schools, as well as Untalan, Ho'oheiria, Agata, and Assemble Middle Schools, will house roughly 3,000 delegates. One big issue facing DOE at this point is the fact that delegates are scheduled to arrive and move into schools 2 days prior to FESPAC on May 20th. The problem with that is May 20th is also the last day of school.
It is an issue we're looking at. We're really working with each individual schools.
Once the final number of delegates and classrooms is identified, DOE will then be able to assess the time frame needed to prepare each facility.
If we don't adjust the calendar, then that's fine. If there is if a need arises, we're gonna have to discuss that with the board. The time frame to get the classroom, to hire the need for manpower and resources to do it in that amount of time. So there are factors that are interrelated. If you give more time, then you may not need that intense that activity.
DOE is also working with vendors and planners on various issues, including services and maintenance. A detailed plan outlining financial and capital resources should be completed by next week. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Isa Baza.
Time everybody, a quick commercial. When we come to you about the airport, make investments worth nearly $1 billion in improvements. That and more.
At home from everywhere you are. Get the KUAM News app for the latest in local news, video, streaming 63 AM, weather, and more. Available for free now at iTunes App Store or Google Play.
Congratulations, you won! You too can win in Calvo's Insurance Ride Your Dreams giveaway. If you are a Calvo's Insurance home or personal auto customer, you qualify to enter a Tech Loyal 015. And if you need an insurance quote, text quote to 2015 for a chance to win in the grocery giveaway. Thank you, KUAM, for placing your trust in Calvo's. Insure with Calvo's today. Ride your dreams to reality.
I am track leader.
I'm a baller.
I'm a golfer.
I'm swimmer.
Hey, neighbor.
We are parents of an athlete.
I am a coach.
We are volunteers.
Let me win. Can I win?
Let me be brave in the attempt.
Make a difference in an athlete's life. Be a part of Special Olympics Guam.
Keep our dreams alive.
Get involved today.
Get ready. It's time to party, to rally, to run in paradise. 5K, 10K, half marathon, and full marathon. All the fun in one great run, in one great half-a-day experience. Register today for the Guam International Marathon on April 10th.
It's March Money Madness going on now at Triple J. Make a fast break and get 30 seconds to grab for cash in our money machine with every Ford or Mazda purchase. Get out-of-bounds savings on America's best-selling truck for 39 years, the Ford F-150, as low as $27,995 or only $171 per paycheck. Or the all-new 2016 Mazda 6 Sport at only $122 per paycheck. Or the 2016 Mazda 3 at only $16,995 or only $98 per paycheck. Visit our showroom in Upper Tumon today or get pre-approved instantly at carsguam.com. See dealer for details. Triple J, customers first.
Follow KUAM News on Twitter or become a fan on Facebook to get all your daily headlines from Guam's News Network.
Hafa and welcome back. It's where you can find all your favorite authors in one place. And after a few months of being closed, the Hagåtña Public Library is finally reopened for business.
Our own resident bookworm, Ken Quintanilla, checks out the new facility downtown.
1, 2, 3.
For Christy June Chu and her children Evangeline and Maximilian, story time is back on.
It's great. I didn't really know what to expect, and I really like that they have the children's section sectioned off because I love to bring my daughter and my son to story time, and they really enjoy it, and now they don't have to worry about being too loud, and I just think it's really great.
The Chalampago family have been visiting the Nieves M. Flores Memorial Library for the past few years and spent today enjoying the new children's room, one of several additions to the newly upgraded facility. Department of Chamorro Affairs President Joseph Cameron explains.
We have a children's library and a cybertech cafe so that the parents can be with their children in the same location. The cybertech cafe will be out for a bid sometimes this month, so we're very excited about that. We also have 5 additional new venues, and they are separate rooms for meeting, conferencing, and forums and seminars, and also a study room, and we also have a children's study room for the secondary elementary. What we did was we reconfigured on the second floor, additional spaces for our archives. That's very important.
The total upgrades cost $1.8 million, funded by the U.S. Department of the Interior. Cameron adds additional funding was provided for digitizing and upgrading the archives. Cameron says libraries across the nation have become more interactive with technology, and they needed to move with the times.
So that whole concept of going shh is going out the window because folks want to interact.
And now that the upgrades are in place, Cameron says he next wants to address the staffing shortages.
It has always been over the years due to austerity measures of the government and crunch time of what exactly are the needs of the various government of Guam agencies. But we are assured by Speaker Wampat that this coming budget cycle, we would look to see an additional opportunity for staffing patterns for all our libraries.
In the meantime, for the Chu family, they hope with the new upgrades, everyone can discover the library once again.
I think it shows the children that this is something that's important and to further their education, and that it's fun, you know, just it's not just work, and that they put thought into this and they worked really hard. I like that.
The Hagåtña Library is open Monday to Thursday from 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., Saturdays from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., and closed on Fridays and Sundays. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Ken Quintanilla.
Thanks, Ken. By the time all of the planned capital improvement projects are done, the airport says it will have invested more than $900 million. GIAA Deputy Director Peter Roy Martinez briefed the Rotary Club on all the many projects that are underway or pending. He says the single largest one, a long-anticipated multi-million-dollar international arrivals corridor. He expects it to start soon.
This arrival corridor is being designed to be on a 3rd floor
so that when the passengers arrive, you arrive and you don't get to see the departing passengers. This project is currently undergoing the procurement process. We did a bid opening February 14, I believe, and it's still under review.
The separation of arriving and departing passengers was mandated by TSA. The airport set up a series of movable dividers more than 10 years ago, an interim fix, and has been working on a permanent solution ever since.
Well, news that just broke a few minutes ago is by way of a unanimous vote late this afternoon. The University of Guam Board of Regents voted to implement the school's newly revised sexual misconduct policy. Spokesman Jonas Mapit says this more stringent policy will be effective campus-wide immediately. It was formed following months of work by UOG's Sexual Harassment Task Force, which was created last fall following harassment allegations against a UOG professor. The new policy calls for affirmative consent and bans any amorous relationships between employees as well as undergraduates.
The Guam Museum kicks off its celebration of Mes tomorrow, Friday night, by launching its exhibit at the Outrigger Guam Beach Resort in Tumon. Museum Director-designee Simeon Palomo says Connections Within Our Pacific Ocean covers 4 themes of island life: establishing roots, creating art, holding our treasures, and navigating the seas.
We're tying it into FESPAC. So in celebration of our Chamorro culture, we're going to be displaying objects from the Chamorro people, but then we're also going to have corresponding items from the other islands, from Micronesia, Melanesia, and Polynesia. So for example, we're displaying a model canoe made by Ron Castro, the artist. It's the Sina. So as we know, the Sina was actually built in 2008 by Tassi, and they sold in 2009 to Rhoda, and they returned, and that hasn't happened for almost 300 years.
The opening ceremony for the exhibit is scheduled for Friday at 6 p.m. It will be on display through the month of March.
An island tradition happens this weekend as the 6th Edward M. Calvo Cancer Foundation Guam is Good Wine, Food, and Art Festival will be held in Mighty at the Cars Plus showroom. As the organization's signature fundraiser, all of the funds raised go directly to local cancer patients in the community. The evening promises to be one of fun, live music, and art created by local dignitaries, as well as much more, many surprises in store. And you want to stay tuned because coming up at the bottom half of the hour, our Jonah Goncharfis talks with event organizers about what you can expect to see and how you can help Guam's fight against the devastating disease.
It's a niche market, but sports tourism continues to grow on island. At a press conference this morning, race director Ben Ferguson said events such as the Guam International Marathon are becoming economic drivers.
We're very optimistic that we will continue to grow the event. As I mentioned earlier, last year we had around 3,244 runners to be exact. Roughly half of those were from overseas. We had 21 different countries represented with the event, which if you think about it, for a small little place like Guam, to bring in people from 21 different countries is quite an accomplishment.
Of the 21 participating countries, Japan registrations for this year's event are already tracking to be a 40% increase from last year. Guam Visitors Bureau Director Nate DeKnight said similar increases are also expected in other markets. The Guam International Marathon takes place on April 10th.
And sit tight, because if you love the Guam International Marathon, and many of you do, Chris Barnett has much more coming up in these sports reports.
Plus, later, Jonah Goncharfis takes us to Tumaning Elementary to feature another teacher with a touch of class. Stay tuned.
Sunday barbecues are better when there's more than enough bandwidth to share. Sign up for GTA Fiber to the Neighborhood today and enjoy faster internet on more devices. GTA, your island, your faster fiber network.
Insure your auto or home with Alpha Insurers and get more chances to win awesome prizes with Alpha's Switch, Spin, and Win. Alpha Insurers will draw 3 winners every week and one prize winner to spin Alpha's prize wheel for a chance to win an iPad mini, flat screen TV, gas cards, and so much more. Just switch or renew your auto or home insurance with Alpha Insurers and you automatically qualify. It's that easy. Call 477-8701 or 637-8833 for more details and you could be a winner for Alpha's Switch, Spin, and Win.
She's in the show.
This is going to be bigger than drones.
It's gonna be bigger than Mars Landing!
She's in the shell. This is gonna be bigger than James Harden's beard.
This is gonna be bigger than those things.
This is gonna be bigger than the first.
Dude, that's gonna be bigger than the internet.
Deal with it.
La Quesalupa. It's gonna be bigger than everything.
Road again, moving on forward. 6 stones won't break a bone. We're in the car on a highway. It's a magical feeling that no one's got home. You're a catalyst to your happiness, you know. This is your home, it's your life, it's one big love. In a home I want is first to live. This is your
What AutoSpot in-house financing means to you is 3 simple benefits to buying a car: lower interest rates, flexible financing, and lower monthly payments. Yes, AutoSpot in-house financing brings mainland programs for island living. Whether you want to finance your new GMC, Buick, or Mitsubishi, AutoSpot can help you find the right monthly payment to fit your budget. Click on GuamAutospot.com or call 478-AUTO. You'll be amazed what we can do. Visit us today.
Day Guam sitting in for the vacationing Dave Delgado. My name is Chris Barnett, and a huge show for you tonight. To put it in Mes Chamorro terms, Donkolu. So let's get right to it with news from the Guam International Marathon. The road to the Guam International Marathon continued today as the GIM held a beach-themed press conference at the Pacific Islands Club to bring the public up to speed on some of the things that'll make this year's event bigger than last year's, including an increase in off-island runners competing in the different races GIM has to offer.
Well, you know, we're looking for a bigger participation number than we had last year. Last year, we had around 1,500 runners come from overseas, most of them from Japan. We had about 1,000 runners come from Japan. We're expecting that number to grow somewhat. We all know that Japan visitor arrivals have been relatively flat, so we're hoping we can see a little bit of growth there. We've got a big contingency of runners that come out of Korea. And we've seen this year that we've seen more interest coming out of Taiwan and Hong Kong. So that number is probably double what it was last year. So maybe as much as 200, 250 runners from Taiwan and Hong Kong. I'm hearing a rumor that we might have some Kenyans that are coming from the Philippines. A couple of Kenyan runners that live in the Philippines are interested in coming over. And these guys are very world-class. Yeah, they're world-class runners. So, you know, we might have those folks joining us. And, of course, we always have very fast runners come from Japan and Korea. I mean, these guys are world-class in their own right. So, yeah, I think we're going to have a great turnout with those type of athletes.
Ferguson also broke the news that 2000 Sydney Olympic gold medalist and GIM ambassador Naoko Takahashi will be on hand for the GIM Expo April 8th through 9th to conduct a running clinic. The expo will also feature a plethora of fun and fit activities to kick off GIM weekend, with other new GIM features this year, including a light show, fiesta, cheering, and cooling stations. Ferguson says the hard work put in by the GIM and its partners will definitely pay off come race weekend.
Yeah, I think the biggest takeaway for me is, again, the tremendous level of support that we're receiving from members of the media, which we really appreciate that. You're vital to our mission in promoting the event, but the level of support that we've received from our governmental agencies and all of our sponsors and everybody that really makes the event happen.
With the finishers beach party, GIM runners will have so much to look forward to after they cross the finish line, including a new tradition, the GIM dip. I dip, you dip, we dip, in which runners will be encouraged to take off their shoes and dip their tired feet in the beautiful waters of Ipoh Beach, highlighting the one-of-a-kind scenery Guam has to offer, something GVB General Manager Nate DeKnight says will definitely put Guam on the sports tourism map.
Because that's what Guam is known for, so yeah, so we just continue to support GVB events like this, the Guam International Marathon, the Coco Race, the Tour of Guam, all these different sports events just to really brand Guam as a sports tourism paradise.
And with the announcement today that the GIM is officially a qualifier for the Boston Marathon, GIM officials hope international attention to and participation in GIM will only increase over the years. Remember, GIM registration ends April 5th, and you can register online at GuamInternationalMarathon.com. Keeping with GIM, don't forget the stations of KUAM and GIM present your GIM training playlist weekdays at 5 a.m. and 6:30 p.m. on I-94 FM and streaming at KUAM.com. Each week, a member of Team KUAM shares with you the music that pumps them up for their GIM training. This week's playlist curator is Joan Charfris. So we thought we'd ask a few people in attendance at today's GIM press conference what kind of music motivates them to train and why.
You know, when it comes to that, I got to go with my guy, Ted Nugent. You know, the Motor City Madman. Maybe throw in a little bit of AC/DC, and then I'm ready to do some running when I hear those guys.
Anything fast paced. I listen to I-94 from time to time. Anyone from David Guetta, anything that keeps keeps your heart racing, or anything that makes you want to run faster.
Eminem or Fetty Wap sometimes.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
How about when you're cooling down?
Like reggae. Reggae music is.
What kind of reggae?
Soulja, Iration, or the Khloe Kai.
I like to work out to house music and hip hop music, so that's it.
What about when you're cooling down?
When I'm cooling down, I still like to listen to some like mellow house music and also reggae music. I think music kind of just gets you in the zone. It gives you a rhythmic momentum to keep up with when you're running, so it makes it a little easier. It keeps your mind off the pain.
Not really a long distance runner. I'm going to do the 5K, maybe challenge myself, do the 10K, and let me check my Apple Watch on my playlist. I listen to a lot of EDM. I hope that's not embarrassing. I got some Hardwell, Cruella, Major Lazer, Deadmau5, Calvin Harris, Avicii, that kind of dance music. You know, good beat, gets kind of hyped up, and as slow as I am, I need as fast a beat as I can get.
So I'm looking through my playlist right now. I have Paramore, I have LMFAO, Black Eyed Peas, T-Pain. I got some DJ Pauly D, Bruno Mars, Dr. Dre, a little bit Beyonce. So that's just some of the songs I listen to while I'm running. I think it just motivates you on the days that when you're really tired and you just don't want to do anything and you don't want to run. And I just put on some music and I just run on the road and just zone out and get into my own world. And the beat of the music, I think, helps. It just pumps me up. And
Actually, photos themselves have changed. They move now. So yeah, that's what's changed.
Welcome to Nissan Sign and Drive event. No money down. All we need is your signature and drive away. And we'll make your first payment. Get it done in the tough and dependable Frontier Crew Cab, just $23,969. Solid to the core, mid-size truck, full-size work. Nissan Frontier Crew Cab, and your first payment's on us. There's more great deals on the full line of Nissan cars, trucks, and SUVs, so start the new year right with a free car payment from Nissan. See your favorite salesperson for details at Nissan Guam.
When you come to Chuck E. Cheese's, you can see what's new.
New fun! New games! New cousins! What's new? New awesomeness! Where a kid can't be a kid.
Welcome back, everybody. The home of the whales is in Tamuni Elementary School, and that is where we go for this week's Touch of Class. Here's Joan.
A Touch of Class. Brought to you by Devondale Dairy Goodness. Distributed on Guam by Market Wholesale.
Tamuning Elementary School second grade teacher Mabel Unkenko has been teaching for a decade. She says that her motivation to become an educator came from her parents. Her mom is currently a Chamorro teacher with DOE and has been for the past 25 years.
Very exciting to always see the preparations and the work and the planning that goes into everything that she did just around nurturing and making sure that she had things prepared for her students. And that was one attraction I had. The second influence I had was my dad has been a police officer with GPD, retired. And I remember him always telling us, you know, we're service-minded people. We do a service, we do a job, we do things for other people. And with those things together, growing up with that kind of family value is what molded me to want to become a teacher.
In classroom C106, you will find Unkenko teaching her 22 students using a variety of styles and strategies to include cooperative and individual learning and reflection, something she says she really enjoys.
I do a lot of that with my students. I ask them at the beginning of a lesson, at the end of a lesson, or the beginning of the day, or at the end of the day, and I say, pick something that would mean the most to you. Write about it. Tell me about it. And how does it fit with what we learn and what you're doing maybe at home, or maybe what you're doing with your friends during the day in school, in the playground, at lunchtime. And so making that connection very real through a reflection piece makes it more meaningful for them.
She hopes her students leave knowing and wanting to create lifelong systems for learning.
Are they going to be engaged? Are they going to be motivated to learn? What is it that I'm going to do for them to build on that kind of system, so that when they go home, they apply that kind of value to their studies and to their learning and to things in their daily lives. And my hope is that by the time they grow to be adults, grow to be a senior in high school, that they'll have that attitude of, I know I believe in myself. I know that I can continue on with everything that I've been doing, and I know that I could be a member of my community, a citizen of my community.
With this week's Touch of Class, I'm Jonagan Charfus.
A Touch of Class. Brought to you by Devondale Dairy Goodness. Distributed on Guam by Market Wholesale.
All right, everybody, you know what time it is. Our friends at Cold Stone Creamery welcome you to the birthday club. Now, it's not enough just to announce people. We have to do shout-outs for you. So we say happy birthday to Ethan Daniel Cabrera Guzman. And this young man is 10 years old today. This comes from Mom, Grandma Janet, Chrissy, Matt Nat, Shay, MJ, and the entire family, especially Matt Nat.
Happy birthday to Niara Dolores Hokogmunya, celebrating her 3rd birthday. Love your family on Rhoda, Daddy, Mommy, and brother Kiko Kai.
Nice.
Whoa.
All right. Other birthday wishes go out to Jocelyn Joanna Quintanilla. Happy 4th birthday to you. Coming from Mom,
14th
Dad.
birthday.
14th birthday. What is it?
4.
Oh, okay. 14th. That's it. Mom, Dad, John, Lynn, and Natalie, and especially Aisha. The ABCs of the birthday.
Happy 21st birthday going out to John Basil of Mom, Dad, Grandma, and your favorite cousin, Isa.
All right. Now, you too can be part of the Cold Stone Career Birthday Club. We would love to give you a shout out and make your day. That's what we do here. Just go on KUAM.com and register.
And that's going to do it for us here on Primetime. Stay tuned. The Buzz is next with Jonah Gonjarvis.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E.
In the Mix is presented by Palma Takoyaki Cafe. Located in between Guam Reef and Westin Hotel in Tumon, call them today at 648-TAMA. Hapaday Guam, welcome to another episode of In the Mix. I'm Jonagan Charfus. Thanks so much for tuning in. We have a great show lined up for you this evening. Coming up, we make our way over to Tumon and check out Hafaloa. Then later, we travel on down to Agate for Marina Grill. And we close up the show tonight with the music from Ben Langauta and Friends. But first, on Saturday, March 5th, the Edward M. Calvo Cancer Foundation presents the 6th annual Guam is Good Wine, Food, and Art Festival. Here's more. The Edward M. Calvo Cancer Foundation is a local nonprofit foundation relying solely on the generosity of the community to help those battling this devastating disease. Since its inception in 2004, its mission has always been to assist those battling cancer.
My family formed the Edward M. Calvo Cancer Foundation in 2004 after my grandfather passed away from cancer. Since then, we've given over $1 million in financial grants to local cancer patients.
In addition to providing assistance to those in our local community, the foundation has offered therapeutic services to include cancer symposiums, art therapy, and support groups, to name a few. And helping in continuing that crucial assistance is the 6th annual Guam is Good Wine, Food, and Art Festival. The festival will be held on Saturday, March 5th from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. at the Cars Plus showroom in Mighty. Event chairperson Jennifer Calvo Kirigua says it's a festival that has continued to grow.
We started out organizing the event as the wine tasting and art show. After the first 2 years, it grew very quickly. We had a lot of restaurants that participated and really put a lot into their presentation. So we decided to change the name of the event to the Wine, Food, and Art Festival.
Indeed, the event is one the community looks forward to every year and brings out the best in our island. It is truly unlike any other wine tasting event. According to Eli Monge, culinary contributors step up their game every year, offering up a bevy of sweet and savory local bites not offered at the restaurants.
And what we noticed in the last couple of years is not just the food. They're putting up beautiful displays and the way they're presenting the food. And I love it because they take pride on what they're presenting for an amazing cause.
Those in attendance will enjoy delectable creations from Mezcla Fusion Bistro, Proa, Cup and Saucer. Pica's Cafe will be serving up escabeche kale, beer battered cheese curds with curry aioli, and local style pica eggplant with coconut milk. The Guam Barbecue Company will be offering porchetta, and new contributor 9th Street Rotary will be treating guests to a unique take on soft served ice cream. There will also be a slew of Chamorro delicacies from the Cepeda family.
Every single restaurant has about 2 to 3 dishes, and every single dish is paired up with a certain wine. And what we do is we give away little cards that explains what you're going to be able to taste in that little journey, pairing up your food and your wine.
He adds that the food culture on Guam has cultivated and continues to elevate.
In the last couple of years, not just the food, the culture on Guam has grown with the restaurants, also the farm to table. A lot of the farmers are working hand in hand with the restaurants, and the restaurants that we chose in the last few years to work with, they do that. And a lot of the herbs and the vegetables are all fresh and they're locally grown, and it brings a different type of texture and taste that people don't get to taste. I mean, the kale and the lettuce here does not taste the same, in the States.
And what goes great with awesome food? Awesome wine.
Mid-Pac and at Island Wines, the wine lineup has grown tremendously. I mean, we have wines from Spain, wines from New Zealand, wines from California, wines from Washington. So we have a vast growth of different wines that are coming in.
It's an amazing ambiance from live entertainment, a silent auction full of great items, food, wine, and art auction. Oh, we can't forget the artwork created by an eclectic mix of guest artists like Senator Mary Torres, Guam Young Professional of the Year Leslie Leon Guerrero, Marvin Menabusan of Crowns Guam, and creatives like Fawn Tooncap, Mark Muir, and Nina Peck, to name a few.
The main feature of the Wine, Food, and Art Festival is artwork that is created by local politicians, dignitaries, business people, and local artists, which represents their interpretation of our foundation slogan, which is Guam is Good. Those were some of my grandfather's last words before he passed away from cancer in 2004. So every year the event is a little bit different because there's some uniformity in the theme, which is Guam is Good, but everyone has their own interpretation of the slogan. So it's allowed us to continue the event with a different selection of artwork every year.
Monge invites everyone to stop by and enjoy an evening full of good company, good food, good wine, good art, and all for a great cause.
Come, have a good time, try good foods from all over Guam. Have fun. Bring a lot of money because there's a lot of good artists out there. Even people that never were able to paint before, they put their heart and soul into it. So bring a lot of cash, bring your credit card, and if you don't have cash, I'll drive to the ATM. It's okay with me.
Tickets are $100 and includes a commemorative wine glass. It can be purchased at the Edward M. Calvo Cancer Foundation office in Hagåtña, right above Cup and Saucer, or at the Cars Plus showroom in Mighty.
We're so grateful for all the sponsors, and we're grateful for that everyone on Guam has supported the EMC Foundation. It's a fight that we'll continue doing. We started this about 11 years ago, started the wine and the 5K and everything else we've been doing. And we want to thank everyone because it's a real bad disease and there's no cure for it now. But what we're trying to do is make sure that the families are comfortable and that they're not alone when it comes to this fight.
Don't go anywhere because when we return, we make our way over to Tumon and check out Hofaloa. You're watching In the Mix.
This program is brought to you by GTA, your island, your network.
Favorites will always be here. But this one won't last long.
McDonald's Filet-O-Fish is perfect for Lent. Get it with fries and a drink for only $5.99 for a limited time.
The University of Guam invites you to celebrate Charter Day on Tuesday, March 8th. The celebration begins at 9 a.m.
Explore the center court for a fun-filled day of food, games, and activities for the entire family.
Check out the Chamorro language competition at the Calvo Fieldhouse.
Take a campus tour, visit the UOG Marine Lab,
watch the finals of the President's Cup, and much more.
Join us for Charter Day at the University of Guam, Tuesday, March 8th, starting at 9 a.m.
University of Guam, no place like home.
Honey, stripes or salt?
So late.
Introducing Pizza Hut Stuffed Garlic Knots Pizza.
Come on, gotta go.
Hold on. Can you zip me up?
An appetizer and pizza all in one. Mix the night in, feel like a night out.
Just started on the appetizer.
16 hand-rolled cheese stuffed garlic knot appetizers baked into the crust of a large one-topping pizza. The new stuffed garlic knots pizza, an unbelievable amount of food, just $18.99. Only at Pizza Hut.
In the Mix is presented by Palma Takoyaki Cafe. Located in between Guam Reef and Westin Hotel in Tumon, call them today at 648 Palma. Now, if you're looking for some fresh apparel or looking to cool down after a hot day, the place to go is Hofaloa in Tumon. Here's more.
Welcome to Hofaloa.
Husband and wife Leonard and Tara Ka'ai say that Hofaloa started off as just a small idea that was tossed around.
Jokes around the dinner table, let's put that on a shirt, and from there, Len and I, or more so Len has all, had all these crazy ideas, and he wanted, to eventually make a local clothing brand.
So Len, who is president and CEO, and Tara, who serves as vice president and general manager, started brainstorming what would make for a perfect apparel brand name.
We're very family oriented, and when we're thinking of possible names for our company, him being from Hawaii and me being from Guam, we started putting together all different kind of Hawaiian and Chamorro words, and eventually came across Hafaday and Aloha.
The two greetings were meshed together, and that is how Hofaloa was formed in 2012. It started off with two simple designs.
Sold them out of our house to our family and our friends, and then 2 designs turned into 8 designs, and then 8 to 18.
In June of 2013, Hofaloa became incorporated. In early 2014, they launched their website and participated in PIFA later in September. The Pacific Islander Festival takes place every year in San Diego and draws thousands of stateside islanders, all wanting to grab a piece of home.
From there, we were able to.
Gave us a little motivation, seeing how well Hafaloa did out in the States. So we wanted to come back to Guam and open up a pop-up shop, which we did last Christmas in GPO.
According to the couple, they were able to see the overwhelmingly positive response.
From there, it just gave us a little bit more motivation, and it gave us, I guess, better feeling that we're on the right path. If we were to open our own shop, we could do it.
So fast forward several months, and Hafaloa has set up a shop in the heart of Tumon, where they not only offer the freshest apparel, which is an expression of Len's ideas, humor, and overall love for the islands, but also shaved ice, something that is very reminiscent of Len's childhood growing up in Hawaii.
Location is everything. We wanted to be near the action, so we needed a kicker. And for us, we thought the two things that I miss from Hawaii is poke and shaved ice.
He opted for the latter because it seemed simpler.
It proved us wrong. It's definitely a science, believe it or not.
That's the secret.
That's the secret behind our very fine shave ice is the process in which the ice is made. The temperature at which we freeze our ice. Everything is just to the little minute details to how we mix, because we mix all our flavors in house. So everything takes a lot of TLC, and we're just very fortunate that we have a great crew that helps us make our dreams come true day after day.
Open since November 20th of last year, they both thought that being in Tumon, Hafaloa would be tourist driven, but since day one has proved otherwise.
We had a line out the door from the first weekend. We sold out of ice the first 2 weekends, which we had to figure out how to make more ice and how to sustain our day-to-day operations with shave ice.
And it's no wonder, with the array of flavors and taste combinations, the possibilities are endless. Both say popular flavors, which come as no surprise since we live on an island, include mango and pineapple, to tasty flavor combinations like passion fruit, orange, and guava, to even latita.
We offer everything that you can find in Hawaii, you can find here,
and then
plus probably another 30.
It has led to regulars, weekend regulars, and would you believe, twice-a-day regulars?
The best part of it is getting to know our customers, right? Me and Tara's always here. We found that everybody that walks into Hafaloa is a part of our family.
With the enormous support and love they've been getting on island, it has made it difficult to maintain their website, something that Len apologizes for and promises to rectify.
Our inventory, we haven't really been able to stock our online store, which we feel terrible. But we're working on that, and soon we're going to be bringing www.hafaloa.com back to life.
Now, if you haven't stopped by Hafaloa, they invite you to come in and take a look at what they have to offer. It's not just a clothing brand, it's a lifestyle and a way of life that embraces a warm Hafa-Day and aloha spirit.
You won't find a shortage of a smiling face or a warm welcome here. So you'll if you're not greeted with a warm Hafaloa, come and see us.
Hafaloa is open Sunday through Thursday from noon to 10 p.m. and on Fridays and Saturdays they stay open till 11 p.m. For the very latest on promotions, new flavors, and apparel releases, make sure to follow Hafaloa on Instagram.
Hafaloa is going to be very aggressive in the near future. We have a ton of stuff coming.
Enjoyed your shaved ice experience or dug their service? Give Hafaloa your review and feedback on TripAdvisor, Yelp, and Facebook. And don't forget to check in for a chance to win a $25 gift card. A big thank you to Len, Tara, and the entire crew. And make sure when you stop by, tell them that In the Mix sent you. After this quick time out, we make our way over to Agate and check out Marina Grill. You're watching In the Mix.
Smiling is a natural response to joy, happiness, and excitement. Your smile reveals a lot about who you are. A healthy, beautiful smile can brighten your appearance and be an invitation to conversation and friendship. It is often one of the first things people notice about you. Now, thanks to the advancements in dentistry, you can have the smile you have always wanted, giving you an improved smile that looks and feels great.
My silver fillings that I have, they're getting older in my mouth and I need to replace them. So I've started to do that and I've replaced them with the white fillings and I've had really great success with that. It looks good, they feel natural, and it kind of goes hand in hand with the bleaching. I want a white look all around my mouth.
In the Mix is presented by Palma Takoyaki Cafe. Located in between Guam Reef and Westin Hotel in Tumon, call them today at 648 Tama.
And we're back. Thank you so much for tuning in. Now, if you're like me, on days off or on the weekends, you like to play tourist and stroll around the island, and many of us like to travel down south. Well, the place to stop by when you're down in Agate is Marina Grill. Here's more.
It was back in January when the Port Authority of Guam celebrated major upgrades to the Agate Marina and held the official grand opening of the Marina Grill. It's a restaurant offering a cozy environment with a beautiful view. Owner Tom Kalingal is a veteran restaurateur, having been in this tough business for decades.
This is my 7th restaurant altogether, between here and Saipan.
He admits it's a business that he finds too difficult to walk away from.
I got into it by accident, but now I can't get out of it. I enjoy it though.
What keeps him coming back for more?
New people and customers' appreciation and their satisfaction. The more I get, the more I want to do. People come and talk to me about it. Good food, good service. It's really rewarding.
Kalingal explains how his latest venture, Marina Grill, came about.
Number one, we moved from Latte Heights to Agate area, very closely, 2 minutes drive from here. And this thing came on lease from the government, Port Authority of Guam. Leased this place, put it on the newspaper. I came across the newspaper ad. I applied for it. They decided to give it to me.
It was a process that took over a year, but was well worth it when the casual restaurant finally opened its doors about 2 months ago. It has received a warm welcome from not only nearby residents, but also those who enjoy strolling down south.
A lot of people around this area come and patronize our place. And they said, thank you very much for opening this. And we did it in a first-class style here. And they're very happy, and they're regulars here.
With that demand, there are bound on over to Marina Grill in Agate. They're open Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. And on weekends, they open bright and early for breakfast at 7 a.m. all the way to 9 p.m.
Coming up, we have the music of Ben Nagauta and the Boys when In the Mix continues.
Your community calendar is brought to you by Taco Bell. Whether it's your first meal or your fourth meal, we've got you covered. Taco Bell, live Mas.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Ruby Tuesday now gives you more for lunch. Endless trips to the Fresh Garden Bar, plus add-ons, mini combinations, and even new meal options. It's the new lunchtime menu, available Monday to Friday until 2 p.m., only at Ruby Tuesday.
Dancing. It's a form of art, vibrant, moving, evolving. With every move, every step, every rhythm, behind every dance is a story of who I am, who we were, and who we are as a community, as Pacific Islanders at the 2016 Festival of the Pacific Arts.
I will share my story.
In the Mix is presented by Tama Takoyaki Cafe. Located in between Guam Reef and Westin Hotel in Tumon, call them today at 648-TAMA.
Well, that's our program. Thank you so much for watching. Now remember, if there's something you'd like to see featured on the show, you can email me at joan@KUAM.com. If you happen to be on Facebook, add us by typing in KUAM in the mix. Or if you're on Instagram, use the hashtag InTheMixGuam. You can also find me on Periscope and Snapchat at Joan Charfris. Until then, have a great evening. Be safe. And as promised, we close out the show tonight with the music from Ben Nagauta and friends. Enjoy and good night.
Oh, what you need. I love this one, man. You got it on Guam's favorite.
You broke your heart, girl, I got what you need. One look, I'll fix your heart all up with one dose of my loving, baby, please. It's a guarantee you'll find happiness. You broke your heart, girl, I got what you need. One look, I'll fix your heart all up with one dose of my loving, baby, please. It's a guarantee you'll find happiness, yeah. I hate to see you suffer, baby girl. Seems love's got you bugging. Was he a world? Take your time, don't complicate your mind. Nice and slow, it's all in you, I know. Whoa, whoa, you broke your heart, I got what you need. One look, I'll fix your heart all up with one dose of my loving, baby, please. It's a guarantee you'll find happiness. You broke your heart, girl, I got what you need. One look, I'll fix your heart all up with one dose of my loving, baby, please. It's a guarantee you'll find happiness, yeah. Yeah, you'll find happiness. Yeah, you'll find happiness. Yeah, you'll find happiness. I guess it's timing is perfect with you. I love the time. It seems my time is not perfect, but I deserve one try. So take your time, don't complicate your mind. Nice and slow, it's all in you, I know. Whoa, whoa, you broke your heart. I got what you need. One look, I'll fix your heart all up with one dose of my loving, baby, please. It's a guarantee you'll find happiness. You broke your heart, girl, I got what you need. One look, I'll fix your heart all up with one dose of my loving, baby, please. It's a guarantee you'll find happiness, yeah. You'll find happiness. You'll find happiness, yeah. Happiness.
Closed captioning is brought to you